Slayer! Hi, I'm Tom, and in this video I'll show you how you can transform your bases from this into this. We'll put a lot of time and money into our models, equipment and paint, and one thing I think myself and others don't give a lot of time is basing. For my Sisters of Battle army, I thought I'd go the extra mile and get these thematic, highly detailed resin bases. The bases are from Unreal Wargaming Studios. I'm not being sponsored, I just think they're awesome. I wanted to show off how cool they are. They have a lot of different bases to choose on there, and even some Golden Demon winners have used them. I'll put a link in the video description below for you. Some people are scared to use resin models and bases, so in this video I'll show you some simple techniques that you can use to achieve the same result. And just quickly, so you don't miss out, please subscribe and let me know what you think of it in the comments. These bases are so detailed. The surfaces are covered in lots of hidden details, cracks and dents, rubble and stones. Even the steps and edges of stone are weathered and worn. I'll be painting them to look like marble or sandstone, which has a rough, non-shiny texture. And here's the test base that I did to get the technique down. The first brush we will be using is one you are not expecting in this paint job, a toothbrush. Resin models often have mould release substances on them from the production method. Paint struggles to stick and adhere to this, so first tip, scrub them thoroughly in warm soapy water with a toothbrush and leave to air dry completely. The next thing I do is spray the model or base with a thin layer of matte varnish. This roughs up the texture and helps paint adhere to it too, just in case any release agent was missed in the cleaning stage. The next stage was a spray can of ossified earth. This is sort of like a wraithbone cream sandstone colour and is the perfect base coat for this scheme. Once that was thoroughly dry, I went on to dry brushing. If you fancy getting any of these amazing Artis Opus brushes, I have affiliate links in the video description below, along with all the paints I use. A good tip when dry brushing is to wet the bristles first. This sort of wakes the hair up and helps to give smoother applications. Using my glove, I rub the paint into the bristles. The reason I can do this is that I can see how much paint is coming off with each swipe. And I only want a small amount of white to come off, as I'm using this to sort of edge highlight all the raised surfaces and text. In circular motions, I move over the detailed areas and also go back and forth over things like the steps. Don't worry if you make any mistakes in this stage, as in the later steps, we will stain the white and sand paint. You're aiming for a high contrast here, something like this. Then I spray the model with varnish again. This is to make it tough and to protect the paint underneath, as the next technique is to use enamel paints. I use streaking grime and rust wash. These are enamel paints, so make sure to use a crappy old synthetic brush like this, or you will damage your good brushes. Shake them well before use. Enamels are oil-based paints and completely different to Games Workshop water-based acrylic paints. What I'll be doing is applying the enamel paints all over the base, making sure it gets into all the sunken detail and then slowly removing it with spirits until I'm happy with the appearance. Think of this as sort of staining the sand and white paint underneath and then leaving dirty paint on top. But the difference is, with acrylic we wouldn't be able to control that, and with enamels we can pick and choose what it looks like by removing paint to our liking. I let the grime air dry for about 20 minutes before going into the next stage. I then use cotton buds, or Q-tips if you're American, and white spirit. I think this is also called mineral spirits in America, and it's designed to thin oil and solvent paints. I pour some into a plastic lid of a spray can and then dip the cotton buds into it. I drained any excess off the bud and then gently agitate the surface of the enamel. You will see it is immediately reactivating it. We can then direct the cotton bud over the base and choose where the enamel stays and where we want it removed. While I'm doing this, I'm thinking, where would dirt and grime build up in this scene? It would be around the rocks and rubble, it would be in the edges of the stairs and in the text, it would be in cracks and some of the low traffic areas, places that people wouldn't walk. Where the grime is pooling, I rinse off the cotton bud and soak it up. Same as you would do with a paintbrush when wash is pooling. Yummy. I'm being very gentle here. I'm not scrubbing it, I'm dabbing it. I'm just using the weight of the wet cotton bud to rub the surface. I then let the enamel fully dry overnight, and this is what it should look like when it's dry. It looks amazing already. As you can see, it's dried matte, it isn't shiny, it looks like stone. That's exactly what we're going for. Then I do the same again, but I used a rust colour. The only reason that I'm using rust is that it is a different shade of brown. With the rust paint, I'm applying it to smaller areas, some cracks, some text, all of the rubble, like grout lines in between panels. I'm lightly dabbing the rust areas to blend them into the grime and base colours. I'm not scrubbing the model, and reason you don't do that is you could remove some of the grime too. This is a layer on top of the grime. After this stage is done, again, I let it dry overnight, and this is what it should look like. Yeah, a matte finish, sandstone look to it. I then gave it a very light white dry brush over the raised panels and all around the edge. And this is what it will look like. Don't worry about any streaks like this. This can be knocked back easily by using a dirty cotton bud and rubbing leftover enamel in the bud onto the white. This will magically erase the white in front of your eyes, when in reality you've just made it dirty. Just think like a wax crayon colouring in white. That's basically what I'm doing here. Oily paint. When the base was finished, I gave it another layer of varnish. This base was for my custom Inquisitor Karamazov, which I've done a video on if you're interested. I also added some candles and OSL effects to the base to add to the temple look, and I would say it was absolutely worth the effort. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. And if you want to support me further, please consider supporting me on Patreon, where you get access to my Discord server where I post behind the scenes stuff, and I also have affiliate links below if you want to buy any Warhammer or hobby stuff. Thank you to my current Patreon supporters, you are absolute legends. Thanks for watching.